Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we're going to have a look at the Ultracite Gatling Laser. I recently did a crafting video where I rolled a bunch of these legendaries and none of them were very amazing. There was a bloodied one that was really good, but I'm not playing that style, so that one wasn't very useful to me. So we are just going with the best of what we've got. So there were a couple that I tested very briefly. I had this one and a two-shot. The two-shot, just the accuracy, I didn't care for. So I'm using this one, Mutants. I only have 3 addictions, or 3 mutations rather, so I'm only getting a 15% bonus, but I do get 25% more damage while aiming, which is good since I tend to manually aim these things, so that'll help a lot with the damage. And that 3rd star isn't super helpful because I do not use it in VATS. So as far as mods go, I was just kind of winging it. I'm not really sure what I should have been using. I didn't go with Prime just because I have a lot of regular fusion cores to use, and I didn't feel like crafting just Prime ones just for this. So I'm just gonna use regular fusion cores. We went with the refined beta wave tuner. It adds burn damage, and supposedly it adds capacity. It makes it 600 instead of 500. I'm only showing 500 when I reload, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And the other stuff, the other mods were basically if it increased aiming accuracy, that's what I went with. And of course we have this cool poker paint, which came from a previous scoreboard. So we have all of the heavy gunner perks maxed out. Also have Stabilize for 45% armor penetration. There's Adrenaline, which increases damage as we kill our enemies. And Tenderizer, which should give us a small boost to damage. So up to this point, I really hadn't used the Ultracite Gatling Laser. I just haven't had a good one come into my hands, although I still haven't, really. But I decided it was time to try one. And even though the legendary effects on this are just sort of so-so, or even not that great, if a weapon really needs to be a god roll to be good, then it's really not a good weapon. So I mean, really, I could have tested this with a non-legendary version, but what fun would that be? So here we go with this, and damage is really good. I'm not generally a fan of spin-up weapons, and of course, I have electric absorption, so robots, at least these ones shoot energy at me, aren't gonna do much. But yeah, I'm not generally a fan of spin-up weapons, and I still don't understand why we have that spin-up mechanic. I mean, we have the Gatling gun, which is no spin up on a Gatling gun, and yet everything else with the word Gatling in it has a spin up for some reason. So I don't quite understand why that's the case. It sounds like we have a sentry bot down below. So let's deal with him. Do our superhero landing, and there we go. So the nice thing about this is it holds a lot, but yeah, it's just, when I reload, it was 500 rounds, even though it said it's supposed to be 600. I do like the green laser that this comes with. I think that's a pretty cool look. I think the regular Ultracite is a red laser, if I'm not mistaken. And I looked at the damage difference between the two, and it actually isn't very much. So if you end up with, say, a regular Gatling laser that's got a good combination of effects, I really wouldn't worry about upgrading. I mean, the damage difference was so, at least according to the numbers, was so minor that I can't imagine it's gonna feel all that different. Now, so far the downside of this seems to be that I'm not getting back fusion cores when I loot enemies, although each fusion core does give you a lot of rounds, and I think you could actually improve that if you use whatever the perk is that gives you double duration on fusion cores. I do believe, I haven't tested it, but I do believe that actually works on this. But so far this seems to be taking care of things rather well. There's, okay, that super mutant up there is kind of hidden, so we'll just go in through here and see what we could do against these guys. I'm guessing it's pretty... Now, I do hip fire at times, but because I'm getting that damage while aiming bonus, I want to try and aim whenever possible. But even hip firing, so we'll do some hip firing here, actually seems to be pretty accurate. So I do like that. Once I put the beam focuser on, because that did make a big difference in terms of how tight it is, but I am taking a little bit of a damage hit. So probably, I don't know. I do like the hip fire though. So maybe something like faster fire rate would be something I'd like better. I don't know. Let's do some damage while aiming though. Get our extra 25%. Although the damage per shot on this isn't super high, so an extra 25% damage really isn't going to amount to a ton, but it is still nice to see. We're probably getting more of a benefit from Adrenaline. Yeah, that's the perk I was trying to think of. Adrenaline, because your damage increases as you kill enemies, and I have that maxed out. So here we go. I think that's the 2nd legendary, so we got kind of lucky here. But so far, I'm really liking this. The damage is pretty good. The accuracy is very nice. I mean, the accuracy is, it's pinpoint accuracy. This thing is very easy to aim. I wish there was no spin up. If there was no spin up, I would be totally in love with this weapon, but I really like it so far. Oh, there we go. I was hoping for a big cryptid. We have ourselves a legendary sheep squatch. It's only a 1 star, but that's okay. And we have some scorch, which aren't much of an issue. Now, one of the things about this gun that I don't care for, and it's just the way it is, I mean, it's the cores, The fact that you don't really want to do premature reloads, otherwise you end up with just partially charged cores. But if you have the fusion core charger, that would be a thing you could use, and then you could actually reload right before it's empty and then just recharge them for free. But fusion cores are not really all that difficult to come by, especially if you play a lot. They just tend to accumulate. So the damage isn't, per shot, it's not that great. And of course, every time you get staggered, you stop shooting and you have to start up the spin up all over again. So let's see, maybe I should try for some headshots. And the Scorch is attacking me because reasons. This guy's moving. I'm trying to hit the head, but he's he moves around a lot because the damage is definitely noticeable. He's doing a decent amount of damage on me, but I have Born Survivor, so his chance of downing me is pretty small. Okay. I ran out of ammo there. Burned through some of those fusion cores. I crafted a whole bunch of these, not only for the legendary crafting, but also to learn mods. I didn't really know very many of the mods. So I ended up with and every time you do, you get fusion cores, so if you need fusion cores, this is something you can do. Craft Gatling lasers, Ultracite Gatling lasers, and you get fusion cores. So I ended up with quite a few. Okay, now, there we go. Seemed like the beams were almost disappearing there. He'll go down. This is not a quick operation, so I know these guys are tanky, but wow, this is taking forever. And he's no, I was gonna say he's almost dead. I could try crippling the legs with jeez. The stagger mechanics of this game, kind of frustrating at times. I mean, I'm in power armor. You would think that would help mitigate it a little bit. And of course, every time I get staggered, it interrupts my reload, which is not super ideal. Let's kill him because he just pissed me off. And there we go, he's down. So with that last encounter, this weapon didn't seem super strong. Now maybe I needed something like an anti-armor would have been better against the sheep squatch. I mean, they are pretty tanky. There's something on fire over here. I don't know what it is. There's another one of these guys. God, the spin up, that's my issue. I mean, I really like these guns. I mean, I like miniguns. I like these heavy guns, but spin up just really kills it for me. I just don't like especially because stagger in this game is so prevalent. Just everything seems to stagger you. And it doesn't matter if you're wearing power armor. And so getting constantly staggered so it interrupts your shot and then you have to start shooting you have to start the whole spin up process again. Kind of annoying. There were no Mirelurk Kings here. That is kind of weird, but I will take it. Let's see if we can get the queen out here and have some fun with her. Hopefully we do better than we do against the imposter, or not the imposter, the regular sheep squatch. Let's see. Well, the damage is higher. It's not high. Well, it actually is. Yeah, she's going down a lot faster. Yeah. She's only level 60 though. She's not level 100. She's not legendary. So, and there we go. I'm out of ammo. Try reloading. Trying to reload. The reload is not very quick. I did roll one that had faster reload. It was stalkers though, so I didn't want that. But yeah, faster reload does seem like it's beneficial. And oh, Kappa Squatter. Awesome. Now let's see how we do against something that flies. And it looks like this one is legendary. Just a 1-star though. We're not getting the 3 stars are all asleep. So get that one to not over there. Okay, let's take care of some minions and yeah, that's okay. Seems like they should be dying quicker than this. I mean, yeah, I could shoot them in the head to get more damage, but their heads are small and I am aiming manually here. And the Scorch Beast Queen has just gone on walkabout. She's way over there. Okay, well, let's go fight her. If she's fighting something else, I definitely want to get some shots in. Before, I don't think so. I think she's just hung up on the landscape, and now that I'm over here, she's just a tease. Nice. Of course she is. All right, well, let's get into some open ground. Maybe we'll get her to land. I mean, I do have 1-gun army, so that should, in theory, if I can hit wings, that should entice her to land. Looks like that's what she's going to do. So probably have a reload before. I have 82 shots left when she landed, and of course I got staggered by everything. I'm in power armor, it doesn't matter. And did I get my reload in? Okay, so I got my reload in. Okay, these are annoying. Yeah, the spin up. That's what always kills it for me with these weapons. I try them and I go, wow, this is really strong, this is fun, or the light show's good, or it's easy to hit things. And then we got stagger like crazy. I mean, the Scorch hitting me with its hand should not stagger me while I'm wearing power. I mean, it shouldn't really stagger me ever, but it definitely shouldn't stagger me while I'm wearing power armor. I think the staggering mechanics in this game really need an overhaul. And it becomes really evident when you're wearing power armor and something just comes up and slaps you with their hand and interrupts what you're doing. That just shouldn't happen. But she went down eventually. So after trying this, what do I think about it? I think the accuracy is really good. It's very easy to hit stuff, especially once you put that beam focuser on it. The damage feels a kind of underwhelming. Now, granted, I'm not using a top tier version, but still the damage just doesn't feel all that fantastic. Because it's a spin up weapon, like if I really have to choose a spin up weapon, I'm probably going to use a Gatling Plasma instead. I just think it feels stronger. So I would probably go that direction, or even a regular minigun. It just doesn't feel all that strong. And maybe I just don't have the right mods on it, or maybe if I had a better combination of effects, but I like the light show. I like how it looks. I like how easy it is to hit things. But for a spin up weapon, I need to be wowed if I'm going to use this. And this just doesn't wow me, but it was still fun to use. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.